Hello and welcome. It's a great day to be on the farm. This is episode 6 of Erlengrat Flour Mill, and I was in the process of liming the field so we can get it planted with barley here in October. And I bought this 9,000 liter spreader here, this Breedle, thinking that would be enough. Of course, it was not. We have about 1.5 strips left, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just I'm going to try to stop it at 3,000 liters and see. Okay, 3270, that should be hopefully plenty, but not leave us with too much, because like I said, we can't lime that other field till we plow it, and we're not going to plow it till we get at least 1 or 2 more mowings of grass off of it. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Just wanted to kind of give you an update of where we're at. This is our grass field to the left, field 15. Field 14 on the right here, we were going to buy originally, but we couldn't afford it because it had been plowed and had field stones, and I don't do field stones. It just takes too long for a video like this. It'd be 3 hours of me picking stones off that, and I didn't think that would make for good content. So instead we bought field 16 up here. And so we have 15 and 16, and our little yard is back there, which you'll see here in a minute as I drop this stuff off. As you can see, I missed quite a few little gaps, but I was trying to see if I could get this 9,000 liters of lime to cover the whole field. Of course it couldn't. We've got 1.5 strips left, so we're going to use up the rest of this lime, finishing these 2 rows, and then maybe going back and cleaning up some of those, depending. So we're going to start spreading here. And then we did rent, or at least I guess is the proper term, a Pottinger seeder that also spreads fertilizer and can direct drill into this plowed ground, so we don't have to cultivate. All of this because we have to plant barley in October, or we wouldn't have anything on this field for the next 4 months. So we got a little bit distracted at the beginning of the series because we decided to buy, and then basically I decided to rent the harvester instead of buying it, and then to get my $15,000 back I ended up buying an extra wheat field to get the wheat off of that to put in the flour mill. All of this was in episode 1, I believe. And then we ended up buying field 17, which is down at the end, which was also wheat, to get that in the flour mill. And then at the end of that day I decided, hey, why don't we do chickens? And then I ended up buying a sorghum field for that. So all that is episode 1 and 2, I believe, as I was trying to get all that stuff wrapped up. But that distracted us from getting any field work done in August or September on this field. So now we're kind of rushing to get our winter barley in time. So maybe I won't have enough lime to clean up those spots. We'll see how much this last little strip takes. But otherwise, we're doing a pretty good job of liming this. Let's pull up the map and see. Obviously, I'm missing all those light green spots here. And once we finally decide to plow in field 15, we're going to have to plow it and spread lime there too. That's why I ended up deciding to buy this Breedle spreader instead of just renting it. So, plus we know we're going to spread fertilizer with this as well. So we're rushing a little bit to get this barley in, but I think we're going to get it done today. It's only 1:30. But it is October, so we're going to run out of sunlight in 3 or 4 hours, give or take. So let's come over here and see what we can do. Actually, I'm going to start here and get this end piece and get a little bit wider on this end piece and get that end piece. I don't think this is technically how they do it, but I'm trying to get as much coverage as I can for the lime that we have left. It doesn't make sense to run a whole strip for just these little pieces in between, because I'm spreading 7 meters or on each side or something like that I don't need to be. But this is obviously not going to get everything either. Anyway, I wanted you guys to see the transition from finishing the lime. Whoops, I jumped out of my tractor. That wasn't good. I don't want to waste too much time doing this, though, because I know that we're running out of daylight. So maybe we'll just come here and try to use up this last 7% on this strip and down that other strip as we can. So after this, we'll run down to the shop. We'll pick up that cedar, load it with those 2 pallets, and get to planting. Also wanted to just kind of give a shout out. Shout out is not the right word there. Wanted to give an update about my sort of process, if you guys have been following along since the beginning. If you haven't, go back to episode 1 and sort of watch how we decided to create this farm. I had a plan. I abandoned the plan almost immediately, and then we've been just doing random things on the farm ever since. So it's kind of fun to look at like that. So that is all of the lime that we had, so that's just going to have to be good enough. That's pretty good coverage. Good enough for government work. Anyway, so the way that this has been working, I'm sort of learning how to do all this YouTube stuff here with you guys. The first 3 episodes were obviously single take, half an hour to 40-minute episodes, where I just went and talked and recorded and didn't edit anything. Episode 4 had 1 edit in it where I cut 2 pieces of video together. Episode 5 also had 1 episode where I had 2 different recordings that I spliced together. I think this episode 6 might be multiple little recordings as I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with editing. So I won't make you guys watch everything, but I did want you to be able to see me load up this cedar. So we're going to run and do that, and then I will probably do a cut in editing and come back when I'm done seeding that field and we go on to the next step. Hopefully we'll still have some daylight left. So anyway, hopefully the videos are getting a little bit better quality wise from the first one to this 6th one. But you can tell me in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions. I also have been adjusting the microphone volume. The first 3 edits or episodes had a little bit too much microphone, and I thought it got loud in a couple of spaces in there. So I turned down the mic volume on this one for episodes 4, 5, and now 6. So I'm interested to see if that is better or worse, or if I'm too quiet, or if I need to balance anything between. So that is our fertilizer. Hopefully that's going to be enough fertilizer. Refill cedar. We're going to see where that gets us. 65% seeds, 31% fertilizer. Hopefully that will be enough to get this field done. The nice thing is we can spread more fertilizer if we run out. If we run out of seeds, we'll have to run back down to the store to get some. This is a big cedar. Look at that thing. Oh, let me get in my lane. Sorry. So I'm just going to get to the field, open it up, start a row, and then I'll probably cut the video there. So hopefully that's not too much behind the scenes information, but new channel, so I'm trying to learn as I go and improve the episodes as each one comes out. So if you have any suggestions, I will certainly take those in the comments, because this is new to me as well. I do really enjoy these Let's Play Farm Sim videos. I've watched quite a few series from other YouTubers, so just wanted to see if I can make one myself and what that might look like. We're actually going to do a headland first on this one at the top, I guess the north end of field 16, because that was a little bit hard to turn around with that spreader here because of that fence and then this road. So we're going to start with a headland just so I've got some little room to turn around, and we'll see how that sort of goes here. So we're going to go ahead, turn on the cedar. What are we planting? Right now it says turn off cedar. We don't want, we want barley. There we go. Lower cedar, barley, turn on cedar, and we're going to go ahead and pull ourselves a row here at the bottom. As you can see, that's changing the soil to this nice planted texture here. And again, we didn't cultivate because this seeder lets you go straight from plowed to planted without cultivating. And normally I would cultivate because we're not going to plow between every planting. We only have to plow between every 3, I think, unless we plant something that's a little more acidic like corn. That will mess up the soil, so we're going to go ahead and lift this seeder. How to do this? Probably shouldn't drive over too much of what I just planted. We're going to run back down to this end and go up from here because I just didn't think I could turn in that corner efficiently. So that only used 3% of our seed, but 3% of the fertilizer, so that may be an issue as we are going forward. Go ahead and lower that and start this row. Alright guys, well I'm going to cut it there and I'll check back in with you as we work our way through the field. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome back. As you can see, we're just wrapping up the last couple of rows on this field. And as you can also see, it's after 5 o'clock and starting to get pretty dark out. So I think it's a good thing that we went with this seeder that could also cultivate at the same time, because if we were cultivating right now, we would just be finishing cultivating the field and wouldn't have started seeding yet, which means we would have been doing it either entirely in the dark or not at all. And again, if we didn't do it in October, it wasn't going to get done till next year. So I didn't want to leave this field open for 4 months, so we got it done. It wasn't pretty, and in an ideal world, I'd be able to come back and roller all of this, but I'm not going to roller this in the dark, and I'm not going to make you watch me roller it in the dark, because that doesn't make for great content. But this will give us some barley for our field that we can put in our mill, and if worst case scenario we don't have enough chicken feed to get through the year, next year when we harvest this, we can actually put this barley straight into the chickens if those eggs are making more money than our bread and our flour are. But I think the goal would be to obviously make barley flour and continue to produce in our flour mill, because that is what this series is all about, according to the title anyway. So of course, when I designed this series, or when I thought about how I wanted to make this series run, I didn't know I was going to be doing chickens, and I didn't really plan on having sorghum as one of the first crops that I harvested, and I thought I was going to have a harvester, and I thought I was going to have different fields. So who knows what I will do with this barley next year as we go through 8 more months, or 10 more months, I think. Till this will be ready to harvest. And this is such a shame that there's that tiny little bit left in this field. I hate to leave that unplowed, or excuse me, unplanted, but I also hate to waste the seed and the fertilizer on such a tiny little row. But you know what, we're just going to do it because we paid a lot of money to rent this seeder. We might as well get the most out of it. So final strip, we should be done with this here by 7:30. I did have to go back to the store for another pallet of seeds, and I ended up putting 2 more pallets of fertilizer in here. Number one, I knew I could get the fertilizer out and reuse that for our second stage of fertilization on this field anyway. So we were going to need that solid fertilizer. Seeds, we're going to have 1 pallet left, or 34% of this. I don't remember how much is in a pallet, but like a half pallet of seeds as well, which we'll just have to store in the barn until next year when we plant again, or if we happen to make enough money off some grass to buy another field and plant that, we'll have some seeds in storage as well. Alright, so it's pretty dark, but I'm going to just go dump these off over by the barn, and then we will go ahead and have the shop come pick up this seeder for us as well, and then we'll probably sleep till November and check that silage and see how close we are to being able to turn that in. And then I don't know what we'll do. Probably mow. Maybe we'll have eggs to deliver at that point. Maybe not. So this is going to come over here. Where did we leave our... I need to clean up the yard, but I'm not going to do that in the dark. Can we... Let's just come back over here where we know we're not going to be in the way of anything. And we're going to unload cedar. Nope, that's unfold. Unload there. So our 2 pallets of fertilizer and 1 pallet of seed. We'll go ahead and disconnect this and loop around like so. And I actually have become a fan of just parking the tractor outside so I can have a little bit of light on my campsite as we wrap up. So let me just take a look at that field while I've got you on here with me. So it was field 16 that we just planted. You can see that's full of barley now. Here it is completely solid, so we did a good job of planting and not missing anything. Our lime are those light green teal spots, so if we turn that off, we're pretty good. And we have 1 full stage of fertilization on everything we planted. So we'll let that grow a stage, and then we will run fertilizer over that to get the 2nd stage of fertilization. And then we will literally wait till next year. Looks like barley comes up in June or July, which is nice. That gives us an extra month to get the fields ready before I have to plant either wheat or barley again. Alright, so we're going to sleep through the night and see what happens. 8 in the morning is probably too early in November. I should have went to 9. It's going to be a little dark, but that is okay. Oh, I forgot to return that, and look, I paid $1,200 to lease that overnight because I forgot to turn it in. That is ridiculous. Sorry about that. So cedar, let's go ahead and return that now. That's $1,200 I'm not getting back. Almost got a full pallet of eggs. What I want to know is, can I dump this sorghum in there yet? No, we still have 1,600 liters in there for my chickens. I wonder if they will eat all of that today. Let's just look at our animal. These are halfway to puberty. These are a third of the way to puberty. But they are 100% healthy, and our grain is starting to get red. So hopefully by the end of today we can dump this in and not have to pay the $200 rental fee for this cloth overnight for another month. Alright, and then last thing to check. Oh, look at all that bread that is coming out. Excellent. And 92, 94, 90, 92, 89, 92. So all this silage we should be able to sell today as well. Alright, well I'm going to get busy just cleaning up the yard and getting started and stuff, but I will check in with you later today once this silage is ready to go and hopefully this grain tank is ready to be, or is about empty, so we can finally get that sorghum in there. Alright, I'll check in with you one more time, hopefully. If you're liking it, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, that's great. And I'll see you guys soon. Alright, welcome back. As you can see, I've been out doing a little bit of mowing. And I did get a load of silage bales up on that trailer to get out of the way, but I also decided to load up our bread and eggs, everything that we've gotten so far, and we're going to take our first load down to the supermarket for sale. It's about a 90% pallet of eggs and 3 pallets of bread that we had finished at this point. That green beam of light you can see off in the distance is our supermarket, but I noticed that this is actually the best price we're going to get for eggs in November, and our bread maxes out in January, but we're getting a pretty decent price for bread as well, so I figured rather than just taking 1 pallet of eggs, we should probably, hello buddy, I think I had the right of way there, that we should probably take our bread down as well and just see. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw the first profit that the flour mill has made in the form of bread and eggs off of that first harvest we did in August. So we're gonna head down here, sell that. I did get that first, those silage bales that were loaded up aren't quite fermented yet. So when we get back, we will check to see if those are at 100%. They were at like 94, 95 when I loaded them up earlier. But that was before I used the front loader to load these things up as well. So I'm hoping they'll be 100%. We can run one of those over to the animal dealer next, and then you guys can see a little bit of profit that we're finally turning here on the farm. So it's been 6 episodes to get there, but we're finally going to make a little bit of money, which should hopefully offset the 1.5 million that we spent getting this far. So this is the supermarket. Just real quick, our current price for eggs is 2,500. It's 25.2 at the bakery, but I own the bakery, so I don't think I can actually sell to that. But the top here is in November at 2,500, so we're getting the top average price for that. And for the bread, let's take a look too. Bread, where are you? Nope, farther down. Our bread supermarket 31.30, top is 33.10, but over 3,000 for the bread is a good price. So we're going to go ahead and just take that and sell all those. And that is 12,500 basically. That last little bit of eggs was 318 bucks, but didn't get added. So 12,500 is pretty good profit for our not quite full trailer load. That's just 3 things of bread and 1 pallet of eggs. But feeling good about that. Not bad. I think by the next time we have eggs, we should have 5 or 6 pallets of them, probably, because that will be once our chickens are matured. Right now we still have immature chickens, 3 months on the one set, 2 months on the other, which is obviously not going to be where the production is the highest. So I think we'll be pumping out pallets of eggs in the future, but that's not a bad start, and I'm happy with that bread too, getting our first 3 pallets of bread off of the farm and sold. Our mill is here, still got our 6 pallets of flour over there, but like I said, I think we can store those indefinitely. So I don't think we need to move those twice unless we want to take them and sell those straight to the bakery, but we probably won't do that till January. I did 3 strips around the main mowing field too, just to let the sun come up a little bit. But we do have a little bit of rain coming in, so I left the mowers here, decided to load up these pallets, get them sold, and then I'll probably spend the rest of the day mowing and baling on this edge here. And as you can see, I kind of mowed some of the stuff around here as well. Let's go ahead and we're just going to drop this trailer in here so it's out of the way for mowing and baling. And let's go take a look at those bales, those silage bales real quick, and see if those are ready to go. Hopefully they are, but if they're not, we might have to wait to sell those for a later date. But I did need them out of the way to get that bread out of the back of the bakery. So what do we have? 96, 99, 98. That one is silage. It says 3,000 silage, 99, 98, 97. Oh, it's going to be close. I think we can drive it over there. I think most of them will be silage by the time we get over there. So let's take a look, get this hooked up. And this is the 23 silage bales, and we have that 1 straw bale, obviously. And look at that. These are all 3.5 thousand liters, or 3,500 liters. This is 5,000 liters of straw. I don't understand why this bale is bigger liter-wise, but the same size. But again, maybe I'm confused about how that works. So these go to, I believe, the animal dealer. and that's over here. And we're going to tag that place. That is up off in the distance there. So let's see what this drive is. I don't think I've actually been to this part of the map yet, so this will be a fun little drive. And hopefully our bales will be ready to sell by the time we get over there. Well, you know, $12,500 for our first profit is actually pretty good. That moved us from 75 up to about 87,000. We do need to save up a little bit of money to either get our harvester ready for next August, so hopefully the grass bales we're selling, the silage bales we're selling today will help get us closer, but then those grass that we're actually going to bale today will also get us another step closer. Another piece of land is going to be at least 150,000 or 200,000. Harvester would be in the ballpark of those two, like $250,000. So we've got a little work to do to get there, but I think we're on the right track. Ooh, I heard the train coming. Oh, I guess there it went off to the right. And this is the animal dealer, and there doesn't seem to be a road on that side or an entrance on that side, so let's stop traffic here a little bit, make our left, and see if we can figure out how to get back here. Now, again, I shouldn't sell these till they're 100%, so hopefully you're not going to have to sit here and watch me try to figure that out. So there is the square. Let's just double check these. Silage 98, silage 99, 97, 97. Oh, well, I'm not ready to sell these then if they're not ready to go. Alright, new plan. I don't know if this is legal or if this is going to get us in trouble, but we're going to try it. I'm going to try to just dump all these bales right here on the edge of the road. We're going to go get our other load. Oh, got to get that reset. That was ridiculous. Unload bales here. Unload bales here. We're going to drop everything here. Reset this. Let's go get that other load. And then hopefully by the time we get back, all of our bales will be fermented, and that'll just save us a trip. So hang in there with me, guys, for 2 to 3 more minutes while I go get that other load of bales. And hopefully nobody steals our silage that we're leaving sitting right next to the plant. That would be a really easy way for somebody else to make our money by just walking over, seeing all those bales and just moving them 10 feet to the right to the sell point and selling them. So obviously nobody in this lovely little town in the Swiss Alps would do something like that, but yeah, probably not also legal to dump all your silage right outside the center there before it's time to collect them. So this is actually not too bad of a drive to get over here. Kind of a sharp left turn. And this is the entrance to our area off the main road there. Our barley's looking really nice. That is a nice looking field there. So we also need to fertilize that, but I don't think that matters if we do that today or if we do that in December. Alright, let's Operating position, and let's drive a little slow, pick up as many of these as we can. Transporting position, that's 24, right? Yes, it is. We're going to loop around and just see how these are doing before we drive over there. Silage, 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 99. Silage, silage, 99, 99, silage, silage. This load seems to be a little bit closer. No, excuse me. This silage, 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 99, 98, 98, 99. I hate to do it, but I don't have any other way to do it like this. We're going to actually turn our time scale up to times 30 for this drive just to make sure these get fermented, as does the other load. Because there's nothing worse than sitting here watching a silage percentage jump from 97 to 98 to 99 to 100 so we can sell it. So this should ensure that this load and that other load of silage should be all silage by the time we sell it. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it works out. Well, this is exciting. We're finally going to make a profit. I think these silage bales are going to earn quite a bit more than our first set of bread and eggs did, but of course this is a lot more volume of material than the bread and the eggs were. And again, we'll be making a lot more eggs once those hens are mature. And luckily our bales are still here. Alright, let's take a look real quick. Silage, 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 silage. Silage, yes. And double check this other side. We've got one here at 99. Come on, buddy. You can make it to 100. That was probably the one that was 97. Oh, that's great content right there, watching that 99 tick up. Let's see how these are doing. Silage. Silage. All of those are silage. This must have been the last bale that we wrapped. And it is now silage. Excellent. So we're going to go back to times 5. So we don't waste away any more of the day. And I've never sold silage to this sell point or from this trailer, so I don't know if it's going to take it off right away, but we're at 87,000 before we started. We need to unload bales. Should have driven a little bit further to the right. Unload bales here. 27,000. That is pretty good. So we'll have made a little over 65,000 today if we get another 27 for this load, plus the 12 we got before. We will see. And I think we can actually check in our sheet. Operating position. Let's start grabbing these. Transporting position. We're not going to drive right down the middle this time. Let's drive on the left side. Park ourselves in here. Unload bales. Move them over. Set them down. Unload bales here. And a 27.9. It even went up. with that straw bale. That seems weird to me. Alright, so with all of that, today we have made, in November, we have made 55,516 from sold bales and 12,564 from sold products for a total of $68,033. That is worth celebrating. Alright guys, well, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. A like, a subscription would be amazing. And I will see you guys in episode 7. Take care.